Okay. Hey everyone, this is Tracy. I work here at Branco as the Success Coordinator, and this is our weekly Piggyback blog webinar. And today we're going to cover the Jetpack plugin, which is a specific plugin that you already have available to you inside of your Piggyback blog. And what this plugin does is it connects our Piggyback blog network with WordPress.com. So if you've ever used WordPress.com, you should be aware that it's kind of a social media network of its own, and it's usually used by people that don't want their own standalone website. They just want to have a blog and have it fast and don't care if it has tracy.wordpress.com as their URL. Just like many of us within Keller Williams, we have our URL currently set as, our first name, last name, or x34752.yourkwagent.com. Or if you are utilizing your market leader website, your URL would be first name, last name, or anything else in between that you want to make it .kwrealty.com. But here at Piggyback Blog, we try to make sure that you're utilizing your actual domain name, giving you the SEO credit that you deserve by the blogging and all the addition of the website pages that you add through your website. Jetpack takes everything that you have inside of your Piggyback blog and kind of just builds off of it and helps you automate things. It's just an all-around great plugin. So if you already know how to log into your Piggyback blog, you can do so for me or go ahead and walk along. If you go to piggybackblogs.com, you have the ability to log in there by clicking the button that says Login, and that'll get you to your username and password area, and you can sign in from there, or you have the option of going to your blog. For me, it's tracyadams.piggybackblogs.com, or for you, it could be blog.yourdomain.com, or if you're one of our newly added straight to WordPress refreshes, then your website would be located at www.yourdomain.com, and you would just simply add a /wp-admin. Or for some people, they have over in their sidebar area the option to log in and log out under the area called Meta. Now, I've been asked about that, and to be sure that people don't automatically log into your website from there. And just like you have to have it, you need to have your username and your password in order to be able to log in. So if we log into our Piggyback blog, our first location that we're taken to is our dashboard. The dashboard presents us with stats and information on our entire website so that we're able to see everything quickly at a glance. Jetpack is a plugin that's available under the plugins area. Now, if you are utilizing our basic version of Piggyback blogs, meaning if you have this layout, then you're going to need to click to go to default, because the reason why we have this basic layout is that most people wouldn't normally need to get to the plugins area or the widgets area and things like that. So this is a great area to kind of remove anything that's overwhelming for you. So go ahead and click on default and go into these. You have all your options back like any other regular WordPress install that you would have access to, or WordPress.com. So under plugins, you're going to find the area called, they're all in alphabetic order. You're going to find one called Jetpack. So I'm going to go ahead and deactivate it so you can see what it looks like when it's not there and being used already. So Jetpack by WordPress.com, and you click Activate in order to turn the plugin on so that you may be able to use it. From there, you're going to see this green area that says Connect to WordPress.com. Now, WordPress.com is going to require that you utilize a plugin, like a login that's separate from your Piggyback blog login. So if you've ever used WordPress.com, this is the time that you would utilize that username and password that you have from the past. If not, then it's really simple to add a new account. So let me just say that I'm not this person. If I don't have a login, it's really quick and easy. You just click on need an account. Otherwise, you can put in your username and your password and click approve. So if you need an account, you can just click to go to this next area. It's going to look to see what your email address is. It's based off of your user account inside of that WordPress install. And then from there, you can build out what your username should be and your password. From that time, you're going to be getting an email that you'll need to confirm, and then you'll be able to easily connect your WordPress account. So I'm going to go ahead and click approve. All right. So once you have gotten all that accomplished and you're able to activate your Jetpack, the next area that you're presented with is all the green. From there, you can do a multitude of different things. First of which, I always say to learn and grow from the fact that it automatically activates something called WordPress.com stats. Now, you're not going to see any stats in that widget right off the bat because it's going to start tracking your website from there. Now, this won't track any of your pages that you have over on your e-agency or anything like that because it's only going to track your actual blog. Now, if your entire website's on your blog, then it's going to track everything. Awesome. So it's going to track your number of views, your stats like by day, by month, by year. It's going to check to see which are your top posts, which links have been clicked, what search engine terms were used. Now, if you utilize something like Google Analytics, this is going to be kind of the same parameters, but Google Analytics will always give you more information than WordPress.com is going to give you. So that's one of the major things. You really don't have to do anything in order to make that accessible. It's already there. It's going to be available on your dashboard whenever you log in. You can see it there where it says Site Stats. And you can drag anything around on your dashboard to organize things a little bit differently. You probably are looking at mine going, oh, mine's different than yours. And all these same things are available to you as they are to me. So you can move any of these things around and make them more easily accessible for you. Okay, so back to Jetpack. Jetpack allows you to do multiple things aside from getting your stats. So if we go in here and go and click to view all Jetpack features, I'm going to jump straight to one of my favorite reasons that I refer people to utilize and activate this plugin, and that would be the feature called Publicize. Now, we all know how important it is to market our blog posts after we write them so that more and more people have the ability to know that we made an update to our website or for them to be able to share it. Either way, what I do is I share all of my blog posts onto my social media networks so that my friends or my likes or my followers have the opportunity to quickly go to my blog posts. And that's how you get those extra views aside from that SEO credit they're getting. So Publicize, what it does is it will automatically know when you've clicked publish on a blog post, and it will send it out to all of your selected social media networks that you have set up. So automation is, the best thing in the world when it comes to the internet. Like if you can take something out of your regular routine and have it automated, awesome. So if we wanted to configure this option, all we would have to do is click configure, and it's going to take us to an area inside of our settings called sharing. And inside here we can connect Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Path, and Google+. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and click Facebook, so I'm going to go ahead and connect it. And wait for it to start working. And I've already connected it, I guess, recently, but it would normally give you the opportunity to say yes or no, do connect it, and it's going to connect with your actual profile so that it can see what actual pages you have. Now, if I wanted to connect this with an actual page, we go ahead and click on the page that we want it to be available for, and then we have to click for what connection, or if you have any additional users that you want to have access to this as well, and you can click that there. And that's going to make it to where when I click publish, my blog posts are automatically going to get shared out on my Tracy R. Adams Facebook page. So if I wanted to do the same thing for Twitter, I could go ahead and do that as well and click to connect. And I'm already logged into the Brand Co Twitter account. So at this time, it's going to ask me if I want to authenticate the connection or authorize it. You can see up here which icon you're using so you know which Twitter account. I know most people don't have that problem like I do, but there are a lot of Twitter accounts that I use and manage, so I will always want to make sure that I'm connected to the correct one. So if we authorize this application, it's going to bring us over and ask us again if we want to use the same connection for all the users in our blog. And for me, I'm the only person using this blog, but if you have 2 or 3 people and you don't want them to each to have to go in and set this up on theirs, you can select that option to where everybody, whenever they click publish, it will always go to that same location. LinkedIn will work the same kind of way. If you have a company profile, it will, I haven't been able to have it access the company profile to start adding posts through it. So if you're connecting your LinkedIn account, it will just link to your actual profile, not to any company pages that you have. Still don't know a great workaround for that as far as Jetpack is concerned, but I mean, you know, you can only do so many things, and most people will need it for, you know, just LinkedIn for their actual profile to show that they've published something. And then the last one that I actually use is Google Plus, and that depends on which Google account you're actually already logged into or any pages that you're managing. So it automatically pulls up my tracy@brandco.com email, which we use Google, and the page that I manage through Google Plus. So I'm just going to use my actual account and click allow, and that will allow for any blog posts that I decide to publish to also share to my Google Plus account. So Publicize is all set up, and you can check this whenever you're making your next post by clicking on Add New, and you'll see this section over here in the Publish area pop up. And it's going to say Publicize and have a list of all the social media networks that whenever you click Publish, it's going to send something out to. You can edit these, or you can add a custom message by clicking edit, or you can change the settings, or you're like, man, this post, I don't want it to go out to LinkedIn, but I want it to go to the rest of them. So you can unclick it, and then it's just going to send to the 3 instead of all the 4. And then you can click hide again, and it removed the Google Plus or the LinkedIn from the list of the ones that's going to publish to. So that's one of the major reasons why I suggest utilizing Jetpack. It's that alone is like you going out of your way to market your website to all the people that are already using your social media networks that are connected to you in those ways. The next thing I would like to show you is another area within the same place we were just at. We were configuring our Publicize plugin. It's called sharing. So let me find it because they're not alphabetical order. That will make my life so much easier. Sharing. Here it is. This allows people to be able, like people as in the visitors to your website. So if someone clicks and goes to your content and they're reading it, this allows them to be able to share it to their friends and their families and their followers and their likes and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, that's just another opportunity, and now they're not forced to do it, but it allows people the opportunity to be able to. Currently I have some enabled, so let me just drag them up so it looks like a clean slate. All right, so this is what it would look like if you were coming to it and you wanted to drag in some services for people to be able to just click and share your content to. So one of the most shared places, if you ask me, is Facebook and Twitter. And to select these, all you have to do is drag it down. Um, Sometimes you may not drag it into the exactly perfect place. Just try again if so. Um, and let's do Google Plus and Pinterest. Okay. Now we can change at this time how we want this to be displayed. I'm a big fan of icon only because I think the icons are very iconic, for the lack of a better way to put it. But you can choose to have it done as icon and text, or text only, or the official buttons. And the official buttons will also show how many times each thing has been shared too. Now you can change what wording goes above it so that you can go tell your friends about my stuff. And that's what will be written above the buttons that you can share with. You can decide whether or not you want this to show on both pages and on posts, or if you want it to show on media and things like that. You can grab and put down what your Twitter site tag is, and then you would save these changes. Now, if we go back into our Piggyback blog, we can see what's happening and what we just did in action. So if we go into the actual blog post, we can go into homes for sale near lakes. We can scroll down to the bottom and see that our icons that we have here are in place. Awesome. And it already says it was shared on Facebook once, and that was probably whenever I published it last time. It accidentally published to my Facebook page. And it says the tagline that we wanted above it. So people that would go to this blog post would be able to easily share it with their friends, family, and followers, likes, and everything else in between. Okay, back to Jetpack. Now, you may be a little tired of seeing this by now. It says active site management. Now, this is a really great tool to be able to utilize if you're a self-hosted website. If you have a self-hosted website, you have to remember how to when to update all these plugins and your WordPress install and all that kind of stuff. But luckily, those of us that are on Piggyback blogs don't have to worry about this because it's a network and we manage the network for you. And we make sure that whenever we do update a plugin, that it's not going to tear down the whole system and all that other kind of stuff. So what that does here is it allows people to be able to manage everything all in one place on WordPress.com, which is for me, I have 5 or 6 different websites that I manage for personal things. It allows me to not have to log into each and every one of them in order to be able to update the plugins. So it's one centralized location. You can click Activate Now or just keep ignoring it. It's up to you. Back down here to our Jetpack features, there's so many here. If you want to explore them, feel free to. I learn by doing myself. So what I've done in the past is I will literally just turn something on, see what it did, and decide whether or not I want to keep it. The next area that I really recommend that people activate would be the section called Tiled Galleries. Now, your standard galleries, let me show you the difference. Your standard galleries are kind of boring. So let me go in here and create a new post with a gallery inside of it. Add media, and then I'm going to create a gallery and grab 4 photos, create the gallery, 3 columns, and click to insert it. So if we go preview this, well, let's save the draft. So we view it then. This is kind of a boring way to view galleries. So we're going to spruce it up with this option through Jetpack called Tiled Galleries or Tiled Mosaic. I think it's a really attractive way to display multiple photos in a gallery style. So I get that question pretty often, to where if someone's trying to use left align to put 3 images side by side, your text is still going to try to bump up to the right-hand side of those 3 images. So it looks a little clunky. So if you go in here and find tiled galleries and click to activate, it's going to take you to an area called settings media, I believe. Nope, it won't. So we just activate it and that's it. So let's go back to the post that we made earlier and let's edit it. Let's change this gallery to one of our new ones. You'll see that in the type section here, you have some other options. So tiled mosaic is probably one of the nicest versions of it. So let's go ahead and update the gallery and take a look at it again. See, this here looks a little bit nicer. It pushes all the photos together, and if it's a horizontal photo or if it's a profile photo, it's going to look into it and try to decide what's the best way to display it. If there was one more image, it would go out of its way to make sure that everything shows up really nicely inside there. Your captions still show that you've added, and it's just a really nice way to display a gallery. If we wanted to change it again to square tiles, that's an option as well. So let's check it out one more time. Well, I need to update it. So save the draft and then view the post. Okay, and see, these are just tiled. Nope, I don't think that's right. But the next one will be a very severe difference. It's called circles. And all of our images will then show as circles. So let me take this off so I can click to just go ahead and publish this without it going to all my social media networks. And view it one more time. And we have circles now. And that's definitely better looking than the original photo gallery that we had access to. Then there's also the option of activating something called a carousel, which is like a slideshow. And slideshows are very popular, I know, with real estate agents, so that you have the opportunity for multiple photos just keep moving past, and that the section called carousel makes it available. So all you have to do is click to configure it. For me, I already had it going. So let's go back in here and change that gallery that we have one last time to slideshow and click update. Update the post. Let's reload it over here, and we should have a slideshow now. There we go. So we can choose to go through the slideshow, or we can just let it play on its own. I don't think you have the ability to change any of the settings within that specific slideshow, like the background or anything like that, or the speed of the slideshow. But, I mean, it's a very nice option if you're going to be talking about maybe a house or a new property or a new community is being built and things like that. So you can display it, and the person reading your blog doesn't have to really exert any kind of effort to go through all of them. Back to Jetpack options. Now, those are the main things that I recommend people activate inside here. Other things inside of here are very much so gravy. Now, you can activate any of this. The contact form area, there's another plugin that we do recommend that you utilize outside of this, and that's called your Gravity Forms plugin. And you can activate it just like your Jetpack was activated. The next area I say to utilize would be called subscriptions. Now, if you're ever curious of how you can get more people to read your blog, or if the people that do visit your blog, how can they enable it to where they get updates once you've added something new if they're not with your social media already or anything like that. Subscriptions gives you an ability to add a subscription widget to your sidebar. And your sidebar is that list of information to the side of your actual blog. So you're able to add a subscription widget to this area. Whenever you go in to add it, this is how it will look pretty much by default. All those selections are already added in there for you. So if we go to configure it, you can click here to, allow people to follow comments or to follow the blog. And if you want to add it to your sidebar, you go under Appearance, Widgets, and it would be added by the section that says, should be Sign Up, but it will say Jetpack on it like this. I will find it in just a second. You know how whenever you use something so often, there it is, blog subscriptions. All you have to do is click it and then click Add Widget, and it will add it, and all this information is already pre-filled for you. And you can click Save, and it will start showing up on your sidebar, and you can change the order in which it shows as well. And I'm sure you're going, whoa, there's a couple of other things inside here. And if you do utilize a Facebook page that you do want to show off, this is a great way to do it. You have to add it to your sidebar and have your URL for your Facebook page. It's going to pull how many likes you have and all that kind of stuff into place as well. So that's an option. There's a lot of them in here that are specifically available because of Jetpack. Now, if I put top posts and pages onto my sidebar, it's not going to pull anything. For one, nobody really visits my Piggyback blog because it's a demo one. I'm not promoting it or anything like that, so I don't have any top posts and pages because none of them are being visited. Number two reason, we just activated Jetpack, which means that it's just now started tracking to see how many visits or I'm getting on any of my posts or my pages. So it doesn't have the data to decide whether or not something is a top post or page yet. So don't be alarmed if you're not getting anything from this yet. If you've added it to your sidebar, it could be one of those two reasons. If you're not getting views, and you need to market your blog more often. Okay, so we've almost hit the 30-minute point, and I want to make sure that I'm covering everything that you're interested in regarding this Jetpack plugin. Also, if you have any additional questions, now would be a great time to start forming them so that we can get those answered for you. I'm going to continue on playing with some of these additional features inside of the widgets area for Jetpack. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them now. Okay? Thank you. All right, if we wanted to add a gallery specifically from Jetpack, we could choose the photos in here as well and how we want it to link up. So if we click in here and go gallery and we choose some images, select the images. No, I want to use images I already have. So we want to do add to gallery and click to add them that way. And then insert the gallery. We can do circles and click save. So we can go in here and take a look and see what our gallery looks like thanks to Jetpack in our sidebar. There it is. Ta-da! I think that looks really cool, actually. So if we would have had 3, it probably would have just been ... with no big one. So most likely the galleries of circles, they try to make it form a specific way. And if you don't like the way this looks, add another one or remove one, and keep playing with it, because really that is the best way to learn, is to play or to attempt something. And if you don't quite understand it, I'm always there for you to answer any questions that you have. If you have questions, you can come to me at any time. The best way to find out any of our information would be to go to our website. We have a page that has all of your Piggyback blog resources on it now. And you can find that at Piggyback blog guide. I'll give you this URL. And the chat. From this page, you're able to register for the webinar that you're already on right now, so you've probably already registered for this. It will also give you access to our YouTube playlist to where you can check up and follow along with any YouTube videos that I've uploaded after a webinar. I record every single one of these so that if you've not been able to make it or you have to leave during, always know that it will be available for you to view later on YouTube. And you can get there from this link if you're not already a subscriber on our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel also houses tutorials for specific Piggyback blog needs, such as activating that Jetpack plugin so that you can utilize it for publicizing your blog posts to social media networks, or how to create a form using gravity forms inside your Piggyback blog. If you're not finding what you need as far as a resource to answer those questions that you need answered, you have the ability to schedule a call with me at any time, and you can do so by clicking the link here, or you can go to calendly.com, calendly.com/bco_Tracy. And you can schedule a time at your convenience so that we know that we're both available and we can get a hold of each other, and none of that whole, back and forth, voicemail, calling, all that kind of stuff. We also have the option for you to be able to grab 52 blogging subjects if you're not sure what you should be writing about. This will help focus your efforts. So if you ever have a question, we are most definitely here for you. And I'm hoping that this webinar helped you out today, and I'll hopefully see you again next week. So I'm going to go ahead and close out the webinar for today, and I appreciate everyone for joining me. Thank you.